John Namoit, should the DPP resign?
Trevor, let me begin by saying that the justice system has already been wrapped by the executive. This is because if you look at the separation of powers, there's nothing called separation of powers in this country. Look at the way the parliament is behaving, the way the judiciary is behaving. They tend to lean towards the ruling executive. A case in hand is where we have a parliamentary system, presidential system in Kenya. But unfortunately, if you look at how the parliament performs, its role in parliament, the parliamentarians are being whipped by the executive to vote on behalf or in favor of the executive. Again, if you look at the judiciary, once the government is elected or a president comes into power, the judiciary tend to favor the executive. This is why we say that there is nothing called separation of powers. The executive is setting about the president in this country because anything it does, it has to be supported by both the judiciary and parliament. Look at the case in hand of our deputy president. The EACC has done its part. The EACC staff have dedicated their time to see that this file is concluded and forwarded to DPP. Unfortunately, just because of influence of executive, the DPP now throws away the file. That's why I'm saying there is nothing called separation of powers. Calling the DPP to resign, I cannot say that DPP cannot pronounce that statement that DPP should resign. I don't have any ground to ask the DPP to resign.
Even though there are some cases that seems to have gone south in that he is the one who recommends that they should be prosecuted. So, and some of them are now being withdrawn and they're falling flat on their faces. Hasn't he failed in his role?
Yeah, this information need to be forwarded or need to be forwarded to the right institutions so that we can push the DPP to resign. We don't have this information, Trevor.